Welcome back to some professional StarCraft 2 from a Wardy's Summer or Fall Championship. A best of 5 Protoss versus Terran between two of the most explosive and dramatic StarCraft 2 players there are. Let me introduce the mysterious, the micro-oriented, and the ever-entertaining MaxPax. Now, we're not 100% sure he isn't simultaneously Danish royalty and a golden retriever, but we have our suspicions. Starting with a build named after him, and now a whole style. He's currently ranked 2 in the world, despite not attending LAN tournaments for Protoss. Now, someone who's probably attended tournaments since before MaxPax knew StarCraft 2 existed. We, of course, have Shopify Rebellion's former world champion. It's ByuN. When he decides he wants to play the full game, it's not quite a Maru level of dominance. It's a lot flashier, and still has a lot of risk for that potential reward, but while Maru focuses more on the high percentage plays, ByuN also focuses on the highest percentage of entertainment. We'll see today. MaxPax is also a player who will avoid that 200 supply fight at all costs if possible. He'll get there, but that doesn't necessarily mean he has to like it or want to perpetuate it. We are starting on Stargazers, getting the most awkward map out of the way first in this best of 5, as this is the kind of throw out your late game or half map builds. There's actually not that many bases to take, and they mine out rather quick. We've seen already several dramatic games go all the way the distance to the gold base. The center gold base that can be contested by either side. Now, oh yeah, this Marine, he looks back, he says, "Did I smash that like button?" I think I did. Pretty sure. Yeah, I did. Okay. Alright, moving on. It's gonna be a Scoutian. Or are we actually gonna see a Hellion drop? You never know with ByuN. Usually one Hellion indicates just sending it across the map and no Protoss unit can really catch it. But with ByuN, well, understands 3 minutes. That time the first Adept comes in. Hellion. I'm sorry, the Scoutian makes its way out. And while many players may favor Stargate, we just have a straight-up blink build out of MaxPax. There is a mineral wall outside of the natural, but important to note, if you have any vision of the watchtower, you can just blink over it. Like that pocket natural base doesn't really matter to blink stalkers. In fact, it's more of a vulnerability. Now, it's kind of hard to get blink stalkers if you have no probes, because the Scoutian got by on its own, managed to evade the Adept by that much, and now probes are it's a very sad fight. 5 probes to a single Hellion. And it's not necessarily over. MaxPax a little easy with the shade. Will he get any more? He's already forced out so much response. He's seen... Did he see the Twilight? He saw the Twilight. He saw the lack of essentially anything else. And, oh my... Sends the Medivac drop. Gonna preempt any sort of Blink Stalker shenanigans by already having options of his own. Shadowboxing MaxPax right now. Knows it was spotted. Goes out of vision range of the watchtower. Jukes to the natural, which is actually the most lightly defended, as MaxPax is looking in his main. Unfortunately, though, ByuN is already there. The Warp Prism pops out. The probe's under fire. Blink is not done yet. Could easily target down a bunch from here. Picks up, gets out. No damage on the Medivac. Loses 1 Marine. Well, ByuN taking the initiative and running with it here in game 1. There is a tank and a handful of Marines. I don't know if MaxPax will have the economy to warp in the Stalkers he needs to do damage. And if he does warp in too many Stalkers on the other side, well, guess what? Wait, where did the Medivac go? Oh, it's coming back. Can barely see it on the edge of the minimap there. The Adept for scouting. Does MaxPax decide to blink by? 2 blink options, but... Oh, Recall is off cooldown, but MaxPax really doesn't want to back off the attack because he's already taken so much damage. He can't just keep rolling with the punches. Warps in some more stalkers. There's a Raven headed across. MaxPax trying to rotate around to the top. Medivac goes down, but with it 4 more probes, and the Raven in the main, there's no shield battery. More damage being done. Well, this is a disaster. 8 probes. ByuN just running MaxPax around. MaxPax trying to do the same, but he's already been blocked at every turn here. Raven still has energy for 1 more auto turret. It's a 10 worker advantage for ByuN. Now damage must be done. Unfortunately, though, it's just the stalkers. There are now 3 tanks out. Enough Marines to make things difficult. He's gonna go. He has to go. Unfortunately, ByuN knew that as well. Well, the Ghetto blink after the blink into the main. Trying to get the Prism. The Stalker count might be high enough as MaxPax blinks into the main with the Prism, blunks on the Marines, and suddenly things are getting a lot more interesting as ByuN just doesn't have enough units to deal with this. I can't. He didn't build a bunker. It's just SCVs. It's 1 Marine. MaxPax, he might not have thrown the first 10 punches, but he may very well be throwing the last one. MaxPax strikes back. Oh, ByuN in his hubris, his fancy harass, but that has to be a satisfying win right there. Oh god, that Terran is so annoying. It's so incredibly annoying dealing with a Hellion, a drop, just the Raven, like the Raven. You're sending your Raven across when you've already done this much damage, you greedy devil? Well, MaxPax comes back. Like, I guess ByuN was confident 2 tanks would deter him. Like, 2 tanks is a lot of tanks. It's usually too many, but MaxPax was low on options and high on APM. Game 2. Oh, that was honestly, as a Protoss player, I'm 1/3 Protoss, 1/3. I'm completely and utterly unbiased. But I love seeing a Terran get put in their place. Okay? For every Diamond Terran player I watch try to follow ByuN, they never remember that game. Okay? They never remember that game we just watched. Those players. They're like, oh, now I'm gonna do my 3-pronged drop Raven harass. Yeah, but guess what? MaxPax just blunked into his main and killed him. Because you can't send every unit across the map. And it wasn't every, but it was more than enough. And it just left with almost nothing backing up. The lack of a bunker was definitely a deciding point. Well, we're on Waterfall. Game 2. Game 2. A Mecha Rex, a forward Rex. This isn't really a Mecha Rex. A Mecha Rex is just hidden to make the probe panic. And I love the dual purpose of also seeing the probe here. But, this is, I guess, to get the Reaper in a little quicker. Also kind of unlikely to be scouted from that location. MaxPax, gonna see 2 gas. Gonna see a distinct and utter lack of barracks in the main. Now what? Slaps down the Nexus, starts a Zealot. Factory begins for ByuN, slaps down a second depot. So, because it's so forward, it is actually kind of unlikely. Oh, he lets the probe in. That was 118% intentional. He definitely was watching for that. And he decided that probe stays with me. Oh my. ByuN, I think, yeah, that it was so obviously a trap. But MaxPax literally walks into it, and here we are. Jimmy! My FPS is... So, MaxPax was not intimidated. He got a battery in the main. There's a Zealot that slipped across, going to be looking for the Expo. 1-1-1 for ByuN, hiding, jamming that Widowmine, that sneaky Widowmine. The battery going to protect the mineral line. Spots the Twilight Council. And once again, whenever these two meet, we rarely make it more than a couple minutes without them trying to stab each other's eyes out. 2 Widowmines. That first Zealot. Yeah, that's... You can't even go up because of the second mine, so you can't even get the first one. At this point, the Stalkers, looking to intercept a potential drop. As 2 Widowmines is a bit of a giveaway of the trajectory of the build. It's going to be blank again. So, do we see another overcommitment from ByuN? That was... Yeah, everybody get... Whoa! He spots the mine drop, but guess what? Mines can drop out. MaxPax, gotta be careful of the pathing. One in the Medivac. The Reaper trying to distract anything at home. Medivac boosts across. The Stalkers can't even get back into their own main by the time this gets close. ByuN taking his natural. MaxPax, gets the Reaper and maintains a decent worker lead. For now. 1 Widowmine, of course, has changed that fact. Many... Oh, unburrows. Reburrows. Faking another mine drop. Okay. Well... Stalkers walk up into its face. Loses 1, but... has now removed the mine. And feeling a lot better. Also, very key, got the Medivac. Kind of sloppy from ByuN, sending the Medivac straight through the natural where it could be intercepted by the Stalkers who are making their way home. Bit of a lazy move. Now, blink is done, and since there aren't armory mines, it should be easy enough to blink out. Here comes the Prism. MaxPax in an even better position than the last game here. ByuN sending out the Raven again. But a key point is he didn't send out any Marines. The Marines are a big part of... Whoa, okay. Well, gets the tank. 2 Stalkers with a grand total of that many HPs between them. Three Stalkers heading towards the main. MaxPax gonna try to fit a Stalker-sized peg in what might be non-existent hole here. ByuN just has enough units this time around. Did not commit the Marines on the other side. The auto turret. Yeah. Well, where do we go from here? Charge has already begun. Third base. Raven being annoying. Observer gonna spot it all. We're heading into a more typical bio follow-up. We got 3 ranks. We got +1. We got stim. All we're missing out on our combat shield and concussive shells, and with 1... All we're missing out on our Thank you. Turret finished up in the corner. And MaxPax, how many gates? 4 gates, going up to 6 now. Yeah, I'm about to say that's not quite enough. 8 gates is usually your number you can support on 3 bases. He's not quite on those 3 bases, but working towards it. Raven's still pinned back. Unfortunately, not going to be very helpful if it's stuck there. An anti-armor missile is a big part of dismantling a charge lot army if you can actually get it. Though settling for auto turrets is sometimes what is necessary. Setting up the Warp Prism counter. MaxPax is preparing for a very standard sort of situation, though a little outdated, as you don't see too many of these sort of games nowadays, as players favor the Robo Bay more often. Let's just blink into charge. As ByuN moves out, the Warp Prism moves in. There's still units, though. He remembers the Prism. ByuN is holding like 10 supply of bio and a couple mines in the main. He's trying to bait the Prism, ideally so he can kill it. and see if it's committed before he moves out. And he does have a third command center, but the top priority here is going to be securing that safely as opposed to trying to do damage to MaxPax. Yeah, well, C is the third CC. There are 2 Widow Mines and a conspicuous lack of turrets on the edge of the main. ByuN, come on in, the water's fine. He is very, very aware of that prism and its potential to just ruin the entire game for him. MaxPax not bothering with it yet. Storm on the way. No Ghost Academy. Observer taken out. And without the Observer, that leaves a question mark on where the army is. MaxPax knows the map is dark and full of Terrans. Though on this map, there's not too many options for where it could go. I think MaxPax spotted the Widow Mines there. Gonna try to slip by. There is a turret. Oh, God, it's so close. But actually, MaxPax threads the needle. He gets the damage done. Auto turret. Shut down. Charge lots. Is there enough bio? Psystorm in 9 seconds. ByuN doesn't know that yet. The charge lots take out the turret. Reinforcements cleaned up the drop now. Storm is done, but down goes the 4th Nexus. So overall, unclear who's going to come out ahead of this exchange at the moment. Hallucinates an Archon, but not adding any damage with that. Another Archon getting gunned down. The Storms didn't find enough. The Archon shield stripped away. Plenty of HP. 10, all 10 of it. 10 out of 10. Ghosts already... I guess he did get the Ghost Academy. He just wasn't investing in the Ghosts yet. Oh yeah, why wouldn't you just put a Ghost Academy in the most vulnerable part of your base? It's not like it's an important critical building. Right, ByuN? Well, ByuN definitely comes out ahead. I said it was unclear, it's clear now. The worker counts are evened up. The 4th base was denied. And all ByuN lost were some bio units and maybe a couple Medivacs. Well, that was true when I said it. It did not remain true for long. He loses almost the entire bio army. A lot of HP on the Medivacs, but with the Prism, a red HP Archons. Oh my, those storms were absolutely devastating. And, well... they will help MaxPax hold strongly and deny ByuN the opportunity to get the 4th. They didn't actually kill the Medivacs. They got them very low, but they're still intact and can be repaired. They didn't really kill Ghosts. So all MaxPax really did there was buy himself some space. But you got to start somewhere. He really did need to crush that army, or he couldn't make what is the most critical transition here. Into the Robo Bay. Oof. Still no armory from ByuN? Well, that is very convenient to note for MaxPax. He should not have been able to see that mine. But since the armory isn't done, well, ByuN closing in. +2 attack is on the way. Storm! Ooh, ByuN. Walking into it there. He does have the Ghost, but the EMP doesn't quite land in time from the high ground. Zealots charging through. +2 done. Upgrade count is even, but the +2 attack very helpful for the Stalkers. Army is spotted. Storm Prism in position. A couple Vikings, though, have been added on. Shield battery overcharge preempted. EMP hits some of the Medivacs, or they were just out of energy. Another Storm mostly hits Protoss units here. More EMPs make sure those Archons are cleaned up. And, yeah, MaxPax having a tough time. There's a reason you usually go for the Robo units as opposed to the Storm follow-up. As the Psystorm and the Gateway units just don't really have the ability to close the distance very well against the Terran army. But MaxPax holds on to his 4th for now. A Colossus is on the way out, though he only has 1 robotics. Another scan. Spots the army. Overcharge, still 15 seconds away. The battery gonna run out of energy almost immediately. Sniping Zealots is ByuN. Another round of reinforcements is coming in. That Colossus, the only thing standing between MaxPax and devastation. Colossus helps out a lot in adding damage here. ByuN rotates around looking for another angle. Second Colossus is nearly complete, but extended thermal lance is a long way off. Still a while for ByuN's 2-2. Second Colossus done. Yeah, this base may have been attempted. It's not happening now, though. ByuN has secured his fourth, though. Very key point of all this. Widowmine connects, but also hits some Terran units. Observer chasing. MaxPax is pulling it together. He's up to 10 gates. Those Medivacs are perpetually out of energy. There are no Vikings in the army. And for now, until 2-2 finishes, those Colossi are ripping through. And ByuN picks up. And he goes to the main. And actually, no, it's just faster travel, okay? With the boost off cooldown, you can move even quicker. ByuN is setting up like a 3-screen concave right now. On top of that, threatening the drop into the main and potentially pulling some of MaxPax's units out of position because he can't risk 3 Medivacs ending up in his main, especially when he's trying to fight anywhere else. Yep, he's boxing out on the left. On the right flank, looking for something. EMP, glancing blow. Disruptor online. Already switching into something with a little bit more potential and less countered by Vikings. ByuN in the center of the map, joining up with everything. He's got 10 Medivacs. He's building Vikings now, but... Oh, the shot! Decent hit. Opens things up. ByuN chasing down half a dozen Zealots before the rest of the engagement can happen. How many Colossi are on the field? 3. One stutter stepping in from the right flank. ByuN picks up 5 Medivacs and heads directly for the main. He threatened it before, the pump fake, but now... So much of the production, oh my god.
Who does that?
A pylon powering half the gateways could definitely slow down a lot of MaxPax's reinforcement, and indeed it does. 14 probes with it. Twilight vulnerable. A lot of this can be chased down. ByuN's army swinging to the right. MaxPax with the hard F2 there. Oh, but the disruptors... I take it back. He had the disruptors, but ByuN easily dodges away. It buys a little bit of time. He could recall over to his base. Another disruptor shows up to the party. ByuN slips and slides to the right. Recall on the base. Too late on the EMP. There's still the energy. And MaxPax is able to teleport in to defend. Everybody calm down. MaxPax is at 70 to 90 army supply. Taking another base. Widowmine got a connection. Firing into the river. ByuN drops the 5th. MaxPax is running out of minerals on his main and his natural. ByuN already... He actually floated the main. He's going to the 3 o'clock-ish position. Still threatening here. There's a single stalker will go the way. As MaxPax, it kind of feels like... We're winding down to a game-ending engagement as MaxPax either needs another base or needs to change the momentum somehow. Another shot that just follows through, chases down the Marauders. The Vikings are dangerous, but the ByuArmy is almost non-existent. It was just the reinforcements. Most of the army was coming from the drop, the 3 Medivacs towards the main. The disruptors chunk through, and suddenly, the supply gap starts to even up. Another disruptor. ByuN micros back. Not quite enough. Wandering into the Colossi, losing many of his Vikings. Seconds before 3-3 is done. The Ghost Academy blocks the way, unfortunately. Unlike Ghosts, it cannot run away. And now he no longer could build Ghosts, which seems like kind of a critical mistake. Gotta be... It took a while for that to come to fruition there, but I'm glad I pointed it out earlier. MaxPax does have to be careful, but he already denied not 1, but 2 bases, as well as killing some SCVs. So he's right back in it economically, though he needs to rebuild the probe count. Widowmine taken out, base canceled, Zealot counterattack. Gotta be very careful with those Colossi. He didn't want to wander into ByuN's concave. And I think that was some good foresight there, but... Now down 3 upgrades. The disruptor count. Oh my. Well, a full broadside is charged and ready. 7 disruptors. Just waiting for any units to come close. It's going to be a nearly 360-degree surround right now. Here comes ByuN from every single angle, firing towards each side, looking for more EMPs. Targets 1, targets 2. Nothing lands. Charge lots to reinforce. Another one up the ramp. Dodges away. ByuN picks up and escapes with some of his army. No more shots. No more disruptors. ByuN holds the line. Another disruptor shows up. Concussive shells. Targeted. The rest of the army stims. Another shot fired. Targeted down. ByuN takes it all the way home. He dips, dives, dodges, ducks, and stims. And it's enough. Not even close. Unfortunately, MaxPax, he had the patience. He had the patience to survive earlier on, but then he walked right into literally the middle of everything. Straight down mid. Ugh. I don't know. Sometimes maybe not the ideal call. He did set us up for one of the most cinematic surrounds we could possibly get, but that is usually it's incredibly hard as a Protoss to make the call. That's not like as much as we can say it's a mistake. The thing is, ByuN has mules. He has cost-efficient bio units. All MaxPax has at that moment as an advantage is a lot of splash damage. His units can't really trade. He lost a lot of probes, so economically he's still behind. So you want to try to press the advantage while they're ideally backed into a wall. But Terrans, like many vicious and barbaric animals, I think a good comparison, are most dangerous when cornered. You gotta be able to pin them down. 2 gas on Moondance for ByuN. Game 3. All tied up. At least 2 more. What's this? There is no probe scout. This could be very bad for MaxPax. Like, this is the counter meta build. Doing some sort of early gas play and going for heavy tech. This is the macro map. You get a free third, though I'd argue Stargazers is even more of a macro. But what's it going to be? Maybe just a repeat of game 1, but with a little less commitment against Blink. As the factory's already on the way. No probe scout is really... It will set him back. Like, he's chrono boosting out the adept. We'll have to see if this helps or hurts, because there's nothing ByuN is doing this exact moment that MaxPax needs to be responding to. It's not like there's a proxy anything. But at the same time, he's definitely going to have to adjust his build. Gets a second gate before anything else. Sees... Oh.
Your probes are under attack.
Sees the gas. If you actually click on it and look very closely, you'd know how long it's been mining, but I'm not... It looks like ByuN took this gas second. So, maybe partially for that reason. Widowmine burrows. Reaper. Oh, come on. The Reaper got a probe kill. 2 probe kills. Despite the adept. SCV repairing the Widowmine. Which, yeah, remember you can do that? Okay. No. No, he gets away. No, okay. I meant he doesn't get away. I was just getting upset at the Reaper potentially getting away. That was upsetting me. As well it should, because Terran players need to be lauded for their incredible biomicro instead of just, you know, building tanks or liberators, right, ByuN? I'm not here to criticize. I'm just here... I'm just calling balls and strikes, okay? We got a siege tank. What year is it with this push? Like, oh my god, the Widowmine. He's got a siege tank. He's building a Banshee. This is something, like, straight out of Heart of the Swarm. A light 2-base tank push against Protoss. I remember the games where it would be like a 7-minute long. The siege tank starts sieging outside the third and then pushing in with like bunkers and SCVs and turrets over the course of 5 to 10 minutes. Now, it looks like that isn't exactly what's happening here, but opening up with Tank Banshee is quite a switch. Well, this time around it isn't Blink. We do have a robo already done with Robotics Bay nearly complete as well. Is there an observer? Well, this is not a cloak Banshee, so are there any shield batteries? No shield batteries means it's still potent. The best counter to one Banshee is simply a shield battery, because the Banshee can't do enough damage before the shields come back on the probe. I think he's calling the bluff. Yeah, he's not building any batteries. He's not even queuing up an observer yet. So he's just assuming that is an uncloaked Banshee. That's something we've seen from ByuN before. The observer spotted all of this. ByuN 100% did not realize that. Yeah. ByuN did not see that obs or suspect it. So the first few Marines are cut down. The Banshee not being microed, but the Stalker's also not being microed, which means the Banshee will live for now. The tanks are still dangerous. He didn't bring any SCVs. MaxPax, oh no. Oh, like, the sentry's almost obliterated there. And ByuN just backs off. My work here is done. Honestly, it was getting to it. A battery overcharge plus a few more units may have overwhelmed that position. He's decided that's all he can get, and honestly, right now, look at the worker count. It's actually in favor of ByuN, because MaxPax cut a lot of probes and lost a few as well. So, with that third on the way, and buying himself... He also confirmed it's not going to be Blink. It is Colossi. It's a rush to the splashdown. Oh god, the Banshee! Oh. I thought, okay. Yeah, well. Yeah, you can't. You can't. It's not one of those spots. It died. Observer's back. ByuN, underneath the obs here, picks up the drop, but I think he knows the obs was here, so that creates the classic mind game of he knows that I know that he knows that I know what he's doing, so will he use that information, or does he know that I know that he knows that I know, and won't? Complicated game. Either way, ByuN is going to gravitate towards the dropping the main whenever he has the opportunity. And somehow MaxPax has nothing. He built a tasteless pylon right next to the Artosis pylon here, but otherwise... yeah, this is really bad. This is actually horrible. That's, and there goes the Templar archives. Oh god, that's kind of important. That's like in my... top 2 buildings. Wow, this really should not have done nearly this much damage. I assume maybe he was so out of vision range, or he didn't think he'd actually commit, but... Oh no, no more shield battery overcharge. The tanks are dangerous. Hallucinated Archons, but he's underneath, like, he's on a scab. And the drops... Okay, well, actually, it's just over. He's just dead. ByuN just pulls them apart. Just like that. Well, that felt like one of those demonstrations that's like, this isn't quite like it'll happen in a real game, but here's an example of multitasking with drops. But don't expect this to happen in an actual match. But ByuN just kind of rotates around with the tank push and the Medivacs, and I don't know. That felt like an intermission game. Like, all right, well, moving on. Game 4. We're on inside and out. MaxPax now got to win 2 in a row. I still like that tank push. It was so... You just put it out there. Just like... I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. It's kind of crazy. Kind of weird. I don't know. That's another one of those things, like, I don't think you can take that one home to the ladder. I'm not even sure if ByuN expected to be doing that build. I mean, I'm sure it's something in his back pocket, but... He loves taking the initiative. And he's gonna do it again. If it ain't broke. I got 2 gas. There is a probe scout this time. MaxPax has been entirely defensive. Even the Blink Stalker game he won was just sitting back trying to defend. It didn't end up going great, but like... Alright, probe. Yeah, he sees everything. What do you do against this? I'm interested. Is it... My instinct says Stargate. When you're up against a 1-1-1, you don't know exactly... There's no way to know yet exactly what's coming out of it. The Stargate, especially with the Oracles, kind of covers most of the options. And that's why the Stargate is such a common choice as well. Is because you almost always have a response, at least a potential response. It's not easy. You don't want to lose an Oracle to Widow Mines or something like that, obviously. Well, thank you, MaxPax. I agree. Stargate it is. Even before Warp Gate here. It is important you get it as quick as possible, so that way the Widow Mines are not already burrowed in your mineral line by the time you get any units out. Reaper being as annoying as Reapers always are. ByuN. Oh, he doesn't. Okay, he's good. Yeah, he sees it. He'd lose the Reaper for this if he has to. Though, yeah, you know, it's ByuN, so. See ya. Phoenix. Alright, something to box out to start. ByuN gonna put that Widow Mine just somewhere out there where you least expect it. Have to be staring at your Stargate units to catch it. And behind it, Cyclone and Viking. A direct response to potential oracles, not bothering with silly things like... oh my god. Oh, come on. I mean... Oh. Sir! Structural integrity at 20%! What? God damn. Well... that was a quick flight for the Phoenix. Now an awkward... once again, ByuN coming up with the minimal amount of units you could even pretend to call an army here. This ragtag band of Terran. We got a Widow Mine, 4 unupgraded Marines, a Reaper, a Viking, and, of course, We've got the Cyclone choice, a rare one, but appreciated. The Cyclone is also the best option against the shield battery, with the ability to lock on there. Well, 2 Cyclones now. It's one of those games that all I can do is wait to see what'll happen. I have no idea how this goes. It comes down so much to the micro. So the Phoenixes can pick up Widow Mines, they can break the lock-on of the Cyclones. That probe sees the mine, reports, hey, guys, there's a mine there. And MaxPax, without hesitation, turn around. Turn around. And the third base is taken. Well, what? Okay, 2 clones and a Viking. We've now got Colossus Phoenix, the Air Superiority build, the Skyscraper build, if you would. Every unit so tall or can bring it up to their incredibly high head level. You know, Colossus Headbutt really needs to be... I think that's the difference for late game. If Colossi could headbutt Broodlords, then this game would be fair and balanced. Okay? Come on, but only air units, of course. But also, like, if the unit was large enough, it would take some damage. The Colossus would get stunned for a second. How is the Reapers not only in the base, but just in general still alive? Oh my god. Did he see the Robo Bay? He saw the Robo. The Reaper gets in again. Well, I'm not sure if he's seen any Colossi yet, but... Armory on the way, more bio. Adding Medivacs. But the Phoenix count is so damn high. This is actually just almost a checkmate sort of army for MaxPax. If he gets enough Colossi, and there's no air, like, no way to contest the air units here, we're not there yet. There's not enough Colossi, there's not enough underneath. But 3 or 4 Colossi plus any number of Phoenixes against someone without, like, Vikings or insane upgrade advantage, you just can't fight. You just can't as Terran. Oh, no, and if you lose the Raven, you just can't even. Yeah, which is worse. Yeah, the Raven was the one kicker there. Anti-armor missile, maybe a couple interference matrices, even some auto turrets. But without it, yeah, ByuN says, I don't think so. You know what? I don't even want to open up those rocks. He's probably gonna do it. ByuN is threatening because you don't want to get pinned up into a corner here. You want to have the opportunity to go for a surround, which is your best case scenario. Ghosts are the choice. It's already, like, the Phoenix count is already so high that going Vikings is going to be incredibly difficult. He's got to wipe out the Phoenixes without losing the game. Of course, if MaxPax just tiptoes his Colossi into a bad spot, they can die immediately to Marauders. That is another big concern here. One Marauder. Don't mind me. Well, the armies on the edge of vision. Counterattack, charge lots. MaxPax, a minimal investment, but gonna require a lot of effort for ByuN to deal with. Enhanced shockwaves. On the way, ghosts have been added in. Does he pull the boy? No, this is definitely not a boys pull timing. He would be making Vikings. There's a 4th command center. When I think of Phoenix Colossus, I think of all the times when people would just pull SCVs to desperately try to kill it, and sometimes succeeding before we got to like 200 supply. Another charge lot run by is caught. Most of them killed. ByuN zoning. He's playing hard to get right now. Because MaxPax does need all the pieces of his army together. Ghosts on the field. Handful more charge lots. MaxPax, like, his supply isn't really going up. He keeps losing charge lots at about the rate he can warp them in. So you gotta be a little careful about that. ByuN is now approaching a max out. Look at that mini-map right now. ByuN playing, as always, an incredibly risky game, but it's a high-risk, high-reward. If MaxPax is significantly out of position, he just kills a base or a bunch of the army. But at the same time, it doesn't take much going wrong for his army to just crumble. Disruptors on the field now, too. A scan looking for anything. A ghost leading the charge. A probe on patrol to give some time here. Phoenix is potentially getting chased. A lot of expensive robo units are at the center. This army isn't that scary here. Shield battery overcharge could help. MaxPax, though. +2 on those Colossi. Reaching their lances over the top. Another scan. Oh, he's held on to the Phoenixes. It looks like ByuN just wants to win this with Bio. He hasn't, like, he's got ghosts, Medivacs, and he's keeping his units all spread out, so there's no chance he can lose his entire army at once. He picks up. God damn it, ByuN. He picks up. The Phoenixes, well, some charge lots cutting off reinforcements. The army is rotating to the right side. He had no vision of this. All the tech is vulnerable from this location. The rest of the bio army is chasing, dropping on the tech, but he might need to go all the way to the main. Most of the army moving back here. EMP, a couple disruptors. ByuN rotating. It's kind of falling apart. ByuN trying to do this, but his army wasn't moving at the same time. Disruptor shot! Targeted down, but another shot. That one landed. You could hear it in the lamenting screams of the dying ghosts. He wasn't quite able to manage both armies there. MaxPax was able to slam the army at the net while boxing out the army on the right flank. And now there's why wait? He's maxed out. There's nothing left to keep MaxPax at home. This was the big risk of that mobile Medivac style. Like, there's nothing that really counters this. There are 4 Colossi. This is the difference between this game and Waterfall. 4 Colossi are a significant and dramatic difference. Zoning disruptor shots, the most dangerous force field. Split, stim. The disruptors actually hit almost nothing. But the rest of the army is all that's needed. And it's all tied up. MaxPax able to close it out. ByuN. The M&M failing him this time around. MaxPax playing a lot better when it comes to the multitasking as well. He woke up again. The Phoenix choice, great. And we're going in to Game 5. And just to make things dramatic and exciting, and because Wardy didn't yell at him enough during the tournament, I guess, ByuN decided blue wasn't doing it for me. I pick yellow as my color. It's the power color here. The fallback. Caution. Dangerous. If the Widow Mines weren't already scary enough. Though most players don't play with, like, whatever their color in the lobby pick, because you can just pick your own. And for whatever you want it to be, and it only shows up on your end. So, as dramatic as I say, they probably just don't pay any attention. No proxy gates. I do like the gateway rallied to the other side. I don't know if that means he intends on anything, but that was his first instinct. And then he's like, no, actually. Yeah. We'll see if anything comes of that. Probe wandering. I mean, not really wandering. Has a very intended purpose here. And it's to scout that for the first time in a bit, ByuN does not have a second gas. Oh my, what? He canceled the Marine? Oh my god! I feel like this isn't worth it. Okay, let me explain. So he canceled the Marine and restarted it, so that way, the unit comes out so late, he thinks it's a Reaper. Because a Marine would have showed up, so he's trying to fake the Reaper, but he actually did just kind of delay his build to do that. So... Or it was just a mistake, but I don't know which one. I'm gonna give ByuN credit on the potential mind games to... But try to tie some units up at home expecting a Reaper, but... Unfortunately, when you delay your Marine, that also delays the reactor. Which means you're more vulnerable to someone who just builds a Zealot anyways. Yeah, this actually could backfire very hard right now. Yeah, that reactor, if that... He lost about 15 seconds, which may be the difference between defending this Zealot comfortably and suddenly getting your command center delayed. With 3 Marines, you can drive this back. But wait, there's more! Yeah, this is not good. This is bad. Oh, no. Well, going for the SCVs. He's already gotten so many. I'm surprised he's not targeting that second SCV. Well. The micro. Oh, wait, there's another Adept. The Hellion almost dying to the Zealot. Yeah, well, when you don't build a bunker... Oh my god, the Adept got it. This is a less than auspicious start for ByuN. Yeah. It doesn't take much. This time around, MaxPax is getting up in his grill. Remember, in these games, it's been ByuN nosing around, Hellions, Widow Mines, Raven... But MaxPax is finally able to turn the tables a bit. And he is making the most of it. So ByuN just picked up and sent all his units in a Medivac across the map. I guess there's not that much that... Like, it didn't really register that he had picked up every single unit he owns. Was the Cyclone just 1v1 a Stalker? Well, with the lock-on, definitely, but... Oh, wait, don't lose the Cyclone. Oh my, not even close. Well... I'm sure ByuN wasn't sweating at all. So it's just like 6 Marines and a Medivac, but the Stalkers are completely out of... He must not have... That must have been slightly out of vision. The quarter of his natural. And suddenly now, this is the most dramatic thing. Blink is seconds away, but very important seconds. And he's actually walled off his own units here with the building setup. Oh no! Go to the high ground. Go to the high ground! It's too late! Maybe that high ground? No, he had it! He had it! And then he turned. He thought he had already broken the lock, but it was in between. Now we're playing ring around the bridges here. with the faster Cyclone versus the teleporting Stalkers. Also, there's a Raven drop in the main. Cyclone to the natural. Stalkers went the wrong way. ByuN is Blink on cooldown here. Yeah, he's just killing the Stalkers. The Raven looking for an opportunity. The Cyclone actually finds the probe. The Stalker's still chasing. Medivac finally taken out. Cyclone finally taken down. MaxPax is now down 3 workers. And the Raven is still well, he hasn't dealt with it. There is a shield battery at the natural, which is a huge deal. So that's probably why ByuN is just going straight to the main. And now it's MaxPax's turn on the other side. There is a bunker in a nice position with a tank behind it. So without high ground vision... Oh no, the auto turrets just killed the Stalker. He loses more probes. Yep, you gotta go to the main. The Raven is not here to spot the obs. That is about as perfect of an... He doesn't see the tank. He does not see the tank. ByuN saw the obs. He moved very much like he knows the obs is there. Well, be careful with those Stalkers. He saw where the tank was. MaxPax is chronoing out probes, so he's just showing the star. He knows ByuN knows. So he's just showing his face around town right now. Just making sure he knows that if you come outside, you're gonna have to deal with me, Mr. Stalker. I even got this fancy bandana on my face, even though I don't have a mouth, so I never understood that part, but... I was doing like a Wild West thing. Alright, that was the bit we were doing. Yeah. Meet me at the corner of the map in 3 seconds. Wait, why? The observer obviously spotted that. The auto turret targeting probes and sets MaxPax right back to 51. He's lost 17 probes right now. Charge is on the way. 3rd command center for ByuN. This is incredibly annoying. I'm not sure about the positioning of the buildings. It feels like it's just helping ByuN here. +1 attack. Everybody's kind of simmered down. Another probe. Just looking around. That's a lot of bio units. Oh, that's a dangerous army. He's got combat shield on the way. +1 is done. Yeah, and there's no splash damage right now. ByuN up 21, 23 supply. Workers even. Marine, very stressed out in his worst nightmare. Yep. I guess his worst nightmare might have been DTs. I guess chargelets are worse, so you can see it coming. A scan, no gas at the natural. Robo base spotted. That's all the info ByuN needs right now. He knows exactly where MaxPax is on the tech tree and how much he's committed to these gateway units. He is well entrenched on defense. MaxPax will not break him here if ByuN is ready. That is just simply multiple tanks, bio units, 4 Medivacs. It ain't happening. He needs splash damage. Charge lots are never going to get what they need there. Ghost Academy begins. ByuN, what? Like, explain. Explain to me. You could argue, oh, I needed to wall off charge lots. But wouldn't almost literally any other building, like a barracks, just put a barracks? No. This is the ghost spot. This way, when the ghosts come out, they can walk by the Ghost Academy and pay their alumni fees. Well, this bioarmy anti-armor missile. Dorito dusting some of the Stalkers. Shield battery overcharge, gonna keep them intact. Just slides right around the Ruptor. Ruptor first as the choice. A bit of a gamble, doesn't pay off. But building 2 at a time more. ByuN, backing off. Oh, that Raven, badly bruised. He's gonna try to fight this heads up. Knows. Yep, already preempts, so... Preempts the Disruptor shot. Warp Prism still intact on the right flank. ByuN still pinned on 3 bases. MaxPax about to finish his 4th. No 2-2 for either side. Low upgrade, high potential games. All these units are very capable of killing each other, and sometimes instantaneously. Disruptors between both sides. That scan kind of gives it all away. We've seen this story before with ByuN on both flanks. Will he be able to break through? Or does MaxPax hold the line? Like, it's such a giveaway. He fires the shot. Oh, micros away. Another disruptor shot. Close range. Looks for the ghost. Finds it. Main army versus gateway units. A single marine lives and kills a disruptor. Worth it. Great trade. War Prism somehow slid all the way into the main. Will survive for now. A single Viking. Well, we know what that Viking's for. Still no more upgrades. Auto turrets added in. ByuN grinding through. Medivac's nearly out of energy, but shield batteries are gone as well. Finally, the Raven goes down. Medivac's boost and maybe head for the main. Also threatening the main with another set of Medivacs. ByuN right now has 4 Medivacs full of units, and they're not even on the same screen. Currently, like, half of his army is just in its most vulnerable state, because that's how ByuN lives. He's still making mines. He's making marauders against disruptors right now. No liberators, a handful of ghosts. On paper, this army, like, if MaxPax is able to max, then ByuN should be paxing his bags. But we've seen several times now that ByuN is not intimidated by those Protoss armies, especially with the momentum and a supply lead. The disruptors are everything. Needs to knock out the Widow Mines and zone away the bio for the Colossi, who don't even have extended thermal lens at the moment. Wow, that is a lot of bio there. 2-2's not done. The shield battery overcharge, a huge part of this. The Marauders, all that survives the initial engage. Widow Mine shots. A volley just flings out 3-5 disruptor shots and clears away anything that can't move quickly enough. Another bio army on the 4th. Charge lots. Sprint to intercept. Enhanced shock waves. Closing in. By the way, great series. I was like, MaxPax versus ByuN. It's been a while. We've seen a lot of ByuN versus Hero. This is very different. These two, just high risk, high reward. The gamblers of their respective races. And it makes it very entertaining, though sometimes a bit of a roller coaster. ByuN, he picks up 5 Medivacs, because of course he does. And where are we going? I'm not sure he could answer that question at this stage. +2 armor is done. Looking for more. Another set of disruptor shots. EMP target fire, but he misses the shot! The disruptor doesn't find anything else. Scanning for the 3rd. He missed the target. Eats a ball directly to the forehead. But the bio army drops behind the mineral line, picks up. Blink Stalker's gonna take their price, which is just... No! God! It should have only been 1. Another disruptor shot. Clips a ghost. 8 probes down. MaxPax, I don't think he's been able to comfortably get to 70 probes this entire series. Not that he's trying particularly hard for it, but the economy just never seems to survive these continued attacks. The disruptors, oh come on! The Widow Mines get a disruptor and soften up the others. Widow Mine's coming in clutch here. He has so much. There's 7 mines on the field. Liberators now. An admission that this game may need a higher tech than we've already currently seen. Shield battery overcharge is not enough. The rest of the army, the disruptor volley! Oh, devastating to both sides. ByuN loses a chunk of his bio, but MaxPax loses every disruptor. He preempted the shot, but ByuN had gone a little too far too fast. EMP is gonna hurt, but the Widow Mines dealt with. Stalkers tanking those Marauder shots. Bio army on the left. It never stops. An EMP. Oh, a disruptor! Where did he come from? He pops into the Medivac, pops back out. What unlucky Marauder. The Nexus itself. The Nexus goes down. A lot of the Marauders don't make it to the dropships. Widow Mines have moved even further forward. MaxPax loses 9 more probes. 10 more probes. How did they, like, where did they just, every time you look away, they move one screen closer. God, it's terrifying. But now MaxPax has had enough. He's got more army supply. He's rebuilt. He has a lot of strong RoboBay units. There's only 2 Liberators. ByuN has only been building them for a short time now. The Nexus down again. That slows down the rest of the warp, and the DTs will not finish by the time the pylon gets taken out as MaxPax gets forced into an all-in position. The Ghost Academy here to block the way. The Widow Mine's finally being dealt with. The army maybe could be intercepted by MaxPax, or it could act as a flank for ByuN. The Ghost Academy, an obviously valuable building to potentially snipe. And wait a second. Yeah, oh, zoning. Disruptor shot actually clipped some Marauders. ByuN has a ton of economy right now. He's up 2,000 resources per minute. Oh, and the Liberators unsiege for a moment. Disruptor shots flung through. Decent connections. Stalkers trying to brawl it out. No Guardian Shield at the moment. Oh, we lost the energy on the sentries. ByuN losing so much more, but the army supply still in MaxPax's favor. +3 is done. Liberators being added on. The army's like half ghosts right now. 10 ghosts. 12 Marines. A handful of Marauders. Another Disruptor shot. EMP. Shields are a thing of the past. Down goes the base. The Liberators can't move in time. Advanced Ballistics is done. So he does have the range. Oh no, a bit of a misblink. He blocked that one. And ByuN picks up. Oh no, some of the Marauders wandering around. The Liberators are not in place here. EMP lands. Those 3 Medivacs are very dangerous to a low economy MaxPax. He has maxed energy. I think he realized that. Oh, the Observer. The Observer. Oh, these Medivacs are so important. But the Widow Mine as well. EMP. He's holding the blink. He's holding the blink. He gets one. Oh, no, the Widow Mines. How many kills now? 2 kills. Such valuable kills, though. MaxPax still brawling it out, but his economy. This Nexus just perpetually unfinished. There's a single DT going for the sensor tower. That'll draw attention. Oh my god, liberation is at hand. Kicking and screaming, ByuN has built the correct army for countering disruptors. He has tried to maneuver his way around, tried to slide out of his responsibility as a professional player to actually build the good units. But despite his best efforts, he ends up with half a dozen or more ranged Liberators completely zoning MaxPax out. That MaxPax, you can't fight it. That's way too many. That's way too. They have +2. They 2-shot Stalkers. It's just not possible. Meanwhile, the Bio army just ransacking MaxPax's base, tearing through whatever's left of his economy. EMP. No splash damage, moves quick enough to catch up. The Disruptors looking to flank. The Stalkers on their own can't really fight any part of this. This army is 3 Ghosts and 2 Marines. Yeah. Charge slot's not incredibly helpful here. ByuN, just fly to the next map. Just leave. ByuN's going for, oh my god, look at the water effects. Oh my. Better water animations than a game that has water units. Pick one. The DT, the most dramatic observer. No, no, sir, no. That's what the Liberators are saying. He's gonna try, I mean, okay. One. Doesn't even kill the second one. Has to rotate around. The terrestrially bound disruptor is really suffering here. No. And an ever-increasing capitalization in font size that just says no and just starts drawing underlines. Oh, big shot. Wow, ByuN. Just when you think he's about to close the game out, MaxPax sticks a foot in the door and ByuN throws it open. The disruptor's sliding around the rocks. But, oh my, look at that. The long distance mining. Oh no. Recalls the army, but is that even gonna help? He's on top of disruptors! Point blank range! It's too much! ByuN takes it! 3-2. What a disaster piece that was. A beautiful, hectic, chaotic, devastating game. Oh, what a mess. But also, you know what? After watching so much Cyril and Showtime and Maru, it's fun to get a little messy. I hope you agree. Like, subscribe. Thank you for watching. I hope I made your day a little bit better. Thank you to Wardy. And I'll see you next time. Check out this video. Probably not TVT, though. It probably won't be TVT. But who knows? Thank you for watching. Good luck. Have fun. Stay tuned.